Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to my Tips and Tricks Thursday. My name is Lucia Visentin and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. As you hop on, do introduce yourself, just so I know that you're here, and we can have a little chat as well. Let me just pull myself up. Is better now. I can see my comments. I hope everyone's been well, having a good week so far. I am not going to do a walk around today, only because I actually have a big window in the middle of the room that's to go in here, and also all my laundry everywhere, so probably not what you want to be seeing today. But I will hello Fiona, I will next Thursday show you around a little bit and just show you some of my little storage solutions that I have for now that have been working really well, and a few things that I'm going to do in the future as well, just to make things a little bit easier too. Now I did do a card on Monday night, and this was my card I did Monday night. And I did forget to tell you where you can write on the back. So I did cut another little piece to put on the back here to write on. Or you could do it on the sides. So this little piece is the same size as that front piece. But what I did want to say is, if you are going to write on it, don't adhere it after you've made the card. Actually write on it first, then adhere it. Otherwise you've got all of this that you'll be writing on. So yes, I did forget that on Monday night. So if you do go back and watch the live, there is a little bit to write on the back. I just omitted it on Monday night. And you can watch the replays on YouTube as well. So I have been uploading everything to YouTube as well, so that you've got that to check out, especially now that all the lives are now getting deleted on Facebook after 30 days. So it is best to go and watch things on YouTube. So you can subscribe to YouTube, and you can subscribe to my channel, and then you'll actually be notified when there's new videos that pop up. And I do pop this one up as well. So I'll pop my Monday night one on there, as well as my tips and tricks as well. So just a few things. I hope everyone's enjoying the new catalogue. Starter kit promotion. Great time to join because there is a special. All the details are up on my page. But it is $169, and you will receive, you can choose, sorry, $303 worth of product. So a really good time to join. I still do have a paper share left as well, if anyone's interested in that. Also, I have my retreat coming up, which you can see in the background is all starting to get sorted. I still do have some spots left for here on the 14th of June, I'm going to say. Yeah, 14th of June. So if anyone would like to join us, again, all the details on my page, so you can have a look at that. And if anyone's interested in Colour Club as well, so we'll still be doing that. So hello Kim and Jackie and Lee, we are all good. Well, we kind of all good. Dan's just been to the doctor yesterday. We had to go have some x-rays as well. So he has got a suspected fractured foot. So we're waiting on results this afternoon to see if we need a CT scan and perhaps a moon boot. So he might be out of action for a little while. But anyway, that's what we spent yesterday doing. So, you know, lucky I work from home, hey? So today what I will do is, I had someone asking me about embossing. I know I've shown embossing before, but someone was asking about clear embossing and why would you use it? So I did want to show a few things with, or a couple of things at least, with clear embossing and how that can be used in your crafting. Yeah, Jackie, we just see it's really sort of walk on, and coming down the stairs is a real pill. So he's been just told to keep off it. So we've been trying that. We'll see how well he goes anyway. So let's turn over and we'll get to and do a little bit of crafting. Okay. Funny, sometimes I cannot get this thing to move and then it moves all of a sudden. There we go. Alrighty, so what I have here, I still don't have my Wow embossing powders. I'm sure I'll get them. Oh no, Lee. So you in amongst all of that flooding at the moment. Oh, stay safe, my friend. Oh, do be really careful. Foot up and heel. He's not very good at resting, Daniel. He's just, honestly, I don't know how he's going to get over this, because he's got to do, no matter what, he's got to do 2 weeks of nothing anyway, of resting it. So that will be interesting. So like I was saying, I still don't have my Wow embossing powder. I'm still using the old Stampin'Up ones, which is still fine, still clear embossing powder. And I figure I'm not buying the new ones until these run out, which probably will take me a little while, but that's okay. That is fine. So what I wanted to show today is actually embossing, but embossing in colour. Don't know whether you can see, there you go. But getting the colour to be all nice and shiny. So there are multiple ways of doing it. I'm going to show you one way today, and because we don't have a Stamparatus anymore, this is probably the easiest way of doing it. So what I have is my Versamark ink pad, and I do have a couple of colours here. So I've got Timid Tiger and I do have Shy Shamrock. So they were the two colours I used here. But just to show you what you can do to get it done. Yeah, see, we're a little bit the same here. Like you were saying, Lee, that there's heaps of rain up here. We've hardly had anything here. It's just, yeah, it's a little bit topsy-turvy at the moment. Like people that don't need it are getting, well, we probably did need it, but getting too much of it. And we'd just like, just a little bit would be nice. But you can never get exactly what you want, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, that pad looks really dirty online. It's not quite that dirty, really. So what I would generally do, if I had a Stamparatus, I would pop my, or a positioning tool, I would pop my stamp on the positioning tool, ink it up in the colour, stamp it, clean my stamp, then I would ink it up in the Versamark, pop some embossing powder on it, embossing powder on it, and then it would come up, once you've embossed it, it would come up with the colour showing through underneath, but still shiny. But to do it without the Stamparatus is still possible. So what I do is I ink my stamp up in the Versamark first. I give it a nice healthy amount of Versamark, and then I go into my coloured ink, and probably just a little bit more. Then we go down. So you're still getting quite a nice image. And I didn't use my embossing buddy, so mind you, it's clear, so it's probably not going to matter too much. So what's going to happen now is, because we've got into the Versamark first, the embossing powder will still stick to that image. I think we've done okay. We haven't got too much all over the place. I will just grab my heat tool and we'll turn that on. And you can see once it starts melting, that colour gets so much darker. So how's that? And you've got nice and shiny. So I don't know whether, there you go. So it does come. Sorry, I'll just see if we come back up. Yep, we are back up again. Sorry about that. So the other thing I did want to show you though is you can do with the clear and emboss resist. So let me clean this. I give it a quick little clean. I'm just going to go down with my Versamark now. So I will give it a little bit of, so this time just Versamark. Come back up. Hello Joan, how are you? So now, because we haven't got the colour underneath, it's going to be a bit hard to know where the, although I can still see where the image is. Let's move that to the side and put the heat tool on again. What we'll do is we'll just give it a little bit of time to dry, because Versamark is actually plastic. So what happens is it does melt. So if you do touch it whilst it's still really hot, it is really, it can burn. It's really quite, excuse me, quite tacky. So be careful not to smudge it and touch it while it is hot. Now I am just going to come up and grab a blending brush. So I don't know whether you can see, but you have got a shiny image there. So it has actually stamped it. But this is something really lovely to do, and it's nice to do. This probably isn't the best, not the best stamp to do it with, but if you did it with something like those elements of text or something, would be really, really lovely. So like I said, this is Emboss Resist. So what is going to happen is once we've put our colour on this, where we've stamped our image will stay white. So what I will do is we'll colour that nicely. I'm just going to grab a tissue. So what I'm doing is just taking the ink off the little bit that I've embossed there. And that's the look that you get when you emboss resist, which is really pretty. So we've got the complete opposite. We've got the colour on one side and the emboss resist on the other. So the clear embossing powder is actually really lovely to use. So if you weren't sure what to do with it or how to use it, they're just a couple of things that you can do with it. that does look, I think both of them look quite impressive. So even with this one here, like if you were wanting to do sentiments in a colour, doing it that way, you do end up with, you will end up with a little bit of Versamark on your ink pad, but it doesn't make, it doesn't wreck it or anything. I've not found, and I do it a fair bit, but I've not found that it's made any difference to how I use my ink pads either. They've still been fine. So that was my little tip for today. So short and sweet. Like I said, next week I will try and be, unless the window's going in, but I think the window goes in on Saturday. So unless the builder still happens to be around with the window, but once we get that window in and I can actually walk around the room, because the window is taking up the whole middle of my room here, I will be able to get around and show you some of my little goodies and things that I have set up. So thank you all for watching me, much appreciated. I hope I've been able to teach you something today, a little new, or just remind you of how you can use your clear embossing powder as well. I will be around on Monday night for Mystery Monday. So until then, have a lovely weekend. Think about the retreat and paper shares and all of that kind of thing as well. But otherwise, have a great weekend and I'll see you Monday. Thank you, everyone. Bye.